Have you ever felt time slipping through your fingers like sand in an hourglass that never stops? Each grain that falls is a piece of your life, a deferred dream, a buried opportunity. You only realize the value of time when it's gone, when dreams collapse, when opportunities vanish, and you're left standing still, watching the world move on without you. Time is ruthless. It doesn't wait, it doesn't forgive, and when you notice, it's already gone. If today were the last day you could make a difference in your life, what would you still be waiting for? Think of the days that have passed like a blur, those plans that never left the drawing board, those mornings when you swore everything would change, but nothing did. Have you ever found yourself promising to start that project tomorrow? Maybe to begin a new habit or change something that deeply bothers you? Yet tomorrow never comes. It's not laziness, it's the weight of expectations and the paralysis of too many possibilities. Does this sound familiar? You're not alone. Millions live trapped in this same suffocating routine while the world moves on. But here's the truth no one tells you. Time won't wait for you, and there's only one chance to turn this around. Not tomorrow, not next week. It's now. In this video, you'll discover what separates those who succeed from those left behind. And no, it's not talent, money, or luck. It's the courage to act, even when everything seems against you. This is the moment you can decide whether you want to be someone who watches time pass or someone who makes a difference. Because this might be the most important moment of your life, the one that changes everything. There's no room for regrets, only for action. There are no second chances. So stick with me and see how to turn the now into your greatest victory. How many times have you stood before an opportunity and thought, I'll do it later? Maybe it was that project that could change everything, that habit you knew you needed to adopt, or that conversation that could bring clarity. But what happened after? Nothing. Because the tomorrow you keep waiting for never arrives. Look back, how much time has passed since that idea that seemed like your big chance? How many days, months, or years have been lost while you waited for the perfect moment? Every not today is a choice, and every choice comes at a price you pay with time. Inaction is dangerous because it disguises itself as safety. It seems harmless, as if the world could wait while you get organized or muster up courage. But reality is relentless. While you hesitate, the world moves forward like a train you'll never catch. The dream job was taken by someone who acted. The relationship you wanted to build became just a memory. Think about it. How many times have you regretted not doing something? Now compare. How many times have you regretted trying? The pain of inaction is unbearable because it carries the weight of all that could have been and will never be. But there's a way out. You can change this now. The price of inaction is high, but the cost of trying is always worth it. Even if you fail, you learn. Even if it goes wrong, you grow. Every step you take today is a victory against time. So ask yourself, what's more terrifying, facing the challenge or living with the certainty that you never tried? Each day you wait, you give more of your future to chance. Now is the time to turn this around. And in the next minute, you'll discover how acting now can change everything. Life is like a river that never stops flowing. You're waiting for the perfect tide, but meanwhile, the waters keep moving, taking away opportunities you'll never see again. How long will you wait for something that doesn't exist? Maybe it's that course you've always wanted to start, that decision to change jobs, or even that conversation that could transform your relationship. But you keep postponing, believing the right moment will come. The right moment is an illusion. And the longer you wait, the more you lose. Waiting for the ideal moment is a dangerous trap. Think of the times you said, when I have more time, I'll start. When I have more money, I'll try. Or when I'm more prepared, I'll do it. These words comfort you in the present, but leave a void in the future. The time you spend waiting is time that will never come back. What you have now is enough to start. It's not the perfect scenario that creates change, it's the courage to act. Because while you hesitate, someone else is acting. And that person isn't waiting for anything. Life doesn't warn you when an opportunity is passed. There's no alarm that says, that was your chance and now it's gone. Opportunities disappear quietly, leaving you with the emptiness of what if. The what if is like a shadow that follows you, stealing your peace and reminding you of everything you let slip away. But this pain doesn't have to be permanent. You have the power to change it. Enough waiting. The now is the only thing you truly have, and it's powerful. It's in chaos, imperfection, and uncertainty that the most extraordinary changes happen. Ask yourself, are you waiting or acting? Because the difference between those who achieve and those who fall behind isn't perfection. It's the willingness to start. In the next step, you'll learn how to turn every imperfection into a tool to achieve what you've always wanted. Don't wait any longer. Start now. Standing still seems safe, doesn't it? It feels like avoiding movement protects you from failure or wrong choices. But the truth is simple. Standing still is choosing to give up on your dreams. While you wait, time moves forward, taking away opportunities that will never come back. It's like quicksand. It seems stable at first, but slowly pulls you down. Ask yourself, what's scarier, acting and failing or not acting and never moving forward? Look around you. That friend who started from scratch and faced their fears is now living the life you dreamed of. They didn't have more time or resources. They just started. And meanwhile, you remain still, accumulating regrets. It's like running on a treadmill. You exhaust yourself, but don't go anywhere. But life doesn't stop. And as we talk about breaking this inertia and transforming your life, I want to ask you something. If this content is helping you see new possibilities, subscribe to the channel. It's your way of supporting this work and ensuring you keep receiving messages like this. Life doesn't warn you when it's too late. One day you realize you've lost not just time, but the opportunities to build something extraordinary. The heaviest regret isn't for what went wrong, but for what was never tried. You can endure failure. It teaches and strengthens. But living with the weight of what if, standing still ensures nothing will change. The power is in the now. It doesn't matter if you feel unready or that something is still missing. Action turns doubts into strength and fears into learning. The first step doesn't have to be perfect, it just needs to be taken. So ask yourself, what's worse, the discomfort of action or the emptiness of never having tried? Life is happening now. In the next minute, you'll see how to make the present your greatest ally. The now is all you have. The past is gone, and the future depends on what you do at this exact moment. And do you know what's most powerful? You don't need a perfect plan or guarantees to start. Just take the first step, small, imperfect, but real. Because it's in movement that magic happens. Every action, no matter how small, is progress. And every progress takes you away from inertia and closer to the life you want. People often underestimate the power of starting small. They wait for the big moment, but the truth is that change begins with small decisions. Choosing to stand up when everything in you wants to give up. Choosing to try even when you're afraid to fail. These choices shape who you are and who you can become. So tell me, if you could change just one thing today, what would it be? Write it in the comments. Putting it into words could be the first step to turning an idea into reality. And do you know what happens when you start? The first step generates energy, creates movement. It's like pushing a heavy rock. The start is tough, but once it begins to move, you realize the strength was always within you. Movement creates change, and change starts with the first step. Doubt and fear don't disappear overnight, but action transforms them into courage and determination. You don't need everything resolved to start. You just need to start. The only thing separating you from who you want to be is what you do now. Not tomorrow, not when everything seems perfect, but today. If you don't start now, when will you? Because every second that passes is an opportunity that won't return. The now isn't just the moment you're in. It's the chance to rewrite your story. Don't wait any longer. Start now. We've all felt it, that voice in your head that says, what if I fail? What if I'm not good enough? The fear of failure is progress's greatest enemy. It paralyzes you, convinces you that it's better not to try than to risk and fail. But here's the truth. Failure isn't the end. It's part of the journey. Every great achievement carries a story of failed attempts, of falls and restarts. The difference between those who succeed and those who give up isn't the absence of failures, but the courage to keep going despite them. Maybe you've thought of starting something new, but fear made you pull back. An idea that could change everything, a conversation you avoided, or a step that seemed risky. What's heavier, failure or the regret of never having tried? Failure teaches, strengthens, and prepares. Regret, on the other hand, is a burden that grows over time, stealing your peace and eroding your confidence. Failure is temporary, but regret, it doesn't let you forget what could have been. Failure isn't the opposite of success, it's the path to it. It's like climbing a mountain. Every fall teaches you to climb stronger, and every meter reached proves you're closer to the top. What matters isn't how many times you fall, but how many times you choose to get back up. Every time you rise, you carry more experience, more strength, and more clarity about who you truly are. When you stop fearing failure, it loses its power over you. Fear only controls you as long as you avoid it. But when you face it, you discover it's smaller than it seemed. Failure is just a curve in the road, not the final destination. And every curve, every mistake, and every lesson brings you one step closer to who you want to be. The only mistake you can't make is never trying. Everything you've heard so far boils down to one simple truth. The power to transform your life is in your hands. Not tomorrow, not in the past, but in the now. Fear, inertia, and waiting for the perfect moment are just barriers you can break down. Action, no matter how small, is the antidote to any doubt. Every step you take today is a vote of confidence in who you can become tomorrow. It doesn't matter where you are now. The first step always starts here. Don't wait any longer for the ideal scenario. Life will never be perfect, but it rewards those who act with courage, even when everything seems uncertain. Failure, fear, and falls aren't sentences, they're lessons. The only thing you truly can't do is give up trying, because while you hesitate, time moves forward, and with it, the opportunities you could have seized. Today is the day to change that, to write a new story. If you're ready to continue this journey, the next step is waiting for you. Click on the video on the screen. There, you'll discover how to turn your ideas into practical action, overcome your challenges, and build the life you've always wanted. This is just the beginning. The life you dream of starts now. So why wait? Let's make it happen together.